Hi, my name is Nick Manthei, and here I want to talk about how you can start your lesson well on that very first minute class starts. In my first couple of years teaching, I noticed that I lost time in multiple ways. I would go to class when the bell rang and then had to get things set up, either on the board, with the computer, or arranging desks. Sometimes I would take the wrong course book or forget some handouts in the teacher's room. I found that my lesson plan I so cleverly designed was always rushed at the end because I lost valuable time at the beginning setting up and checking to make sure I had the right materials. To save precious class time, I started coming early. This helped me immensely as I could take the time to set up the computer, the board, desks, and recheck if I brought the correct materials to the class. By the time the bell rang, I had everything ready and was at the door greeting my students coming in. I could remind them of the materials needed for the class, and it was just nice to chat to my students in a friendly manner. Once I started greeting students when the bell rang, I noticed something else, that my students were always late for the lesson. Students were coming in from outside, were using the bathroom, or were chatting with friends in the hallway. Even when class eventually started, their mind was still concentrated on a conversation they were having during break time or stressing about an exam in another class. What I concluded was that the first 5 minutes of any class, whether it be English, math, science, or music, was just in getting students in the classroom and sitting. Students did not care about starting the lesson on time because the teachers were not as well. To change this, I decided to make the first 5 minutes of my lesson the liveliest and fun-filled. I needed a hook to grab their attention and show them that coming to class on time was important and beneficial to the students. These activities to liven up the first 5 minutes range from standing up and speaking activities, singing a popular song at the moment, or a fun video related to the topic of the lesson. If students were late, they realized that they had been missing out on some fun in the English language lesson. I noticed a big change in my students, that they were eager to start the lesson. I found more engagement with these students, and the fun beginning set a good tempo and mood for the rest of the lesson. They also seemed to be more focused and on task throughout the lesson. 5 minutes out of my own break time to set up and start the class in an engaging way led to more participation and on-time attendance. I modeled my expectations by coming ready for the lesson and taking full use of the full lesson period. The top tip here is to start that first minute of the lesson on the right note, with energy and being completely prepared. This gets the students in the mood of learning and creates a positive tempo for the rest of the lesson.